You've probably heard the phrase, "the kingdom of heaven is within you," 1,000 times. It's treated as a comforting metaphor, a poetic way to talk about inner peace, or a state of grace. But the original authors were describing something literal, a mechanism so fundamental to your existence that you're using it this very second. This ancient text isn't a poem about feelings, it's a user manual for the engine of reality itself. And you've been running that engine on the default settings your entire life, letting it build a world you believe is happening to you. The usual reading of this phrase is that it points to a subjective, internal feeling. It's a call to find peace inside yourself, to cultivate virtue, to feel a divine connection in your heart. This interpretation is beautiful, and it's useful. It places the source of spiritual experience inside the individual, a radical idea for its time. It's a gentle instruction to stop searching for salvation in temples, priests, or external saviors. Look inward. The source is there. This reading has brought comfort to millions. It frames the spiritual journey as one of personal discovery. And yet, this interpretation might be the equivalent of finding an advanced piece of technology and using it as a paperweight. It serves a purpose, but it misses the machine's true function entirely. What if the original speakers were attempting to describe physics using the language of mystics? The Greek word used in the Gospel of Luke is entos. It means within, inside, or in your midst. The phrase points to a location, a source point. It's a statement of geography. Consider the possibility that this is a precise technical instruction. The kingdom of heaven is the blueprint for a perfected world, a reality of harmony, coherence, and fulfilled desire. The instruction says this blueprint, this source code, is located inside you. This recasts the entire message. It becomes a statement about creation. It implies that the world you see, the world you experience, as solid and external, originates from this inner location. This idea feels alien to our modern senses. We are taught from birth that reality is an objective, pre-existing stage on which we are merely actors. But what if the stage itself is projected from the actor? This is where the instruction becomes deeply uncomfortable, because if it's true, then the source of everything you wish to change in your world is also located inside you. Every problem, every limitation, every frustration, that's a level of responsibility most of us are conditioned to avoid. But if we can get past that discomfort, we find the mechanism for deliberate creation. A mechanism that has been described in different languages by different cultures for thousands of years. They were all pointing to the same machine. Imagine your consciousness as a film projector. It's a perfect analogy for this mechanism. Your inner world, your collection of beliefs, assumptions, feelings, and dominant thoughts is the film reel. Your attention, your focused awareness, is the light of the projector bulb. And the external world, the screen of space and time, is where the images appear. Most people spend their entire lives trying to change the images on the screen. They run up to the screen and try to paint over the parts they dislike. They argue with the characters. They get angry at the plot. They scrub at the screen, trying to fix the movie. But you can't change a movie by altering the screen. The images on the screen are just an effect. They are a dead reflection of a living cause. The cause is the film. The cause is what you hold to be true within yourself. If you want to change the movie, you have to change the reel. This is the core of the instruction. The kingdom is the perfected film reel you carry within you. Your current reality is the film reel that is actually running through the projector right now. And that reel is a composite of every belief you've accepted as true, every assumption you hold about yourself, other people, and the world. These assumptions act as a filter, a set of instructions that tells the light of your awareness what to project. You believe the world is a hostile place, and your attention will be guided to find evidence of hostility everywhere. You will see it in the news, in the actions of your neighbors, in the tone of an email. The film projects hostility, and the screen shows hostility. The most devious part of the mechanism is that the evidence on the screen then convinces you that your original belief was correct. It creates a perfect feedback loop. The projection validates the film, which strengthens the projection. You become trapped in a self-created reality, convinced it's objective. This ancient mystical idea finds a surprising echo in modern cognitive science. Your brain's reticular activating system, or RAS, acts as a filter for your perception. It's a bundle of nerves at the brainstem that decides which of the millions of bits of sensory information bombarding you every second actually get through to your conscious mind. And what's the primary criterion it uses for filtering? It prioritizes information that is important to you, information that aligns with your current focus and beliefs. Decide you want to buy a specific model of car, and you suddenly see that car everywhere. The cars were always there. Your brain was simply filtering them out as irrelevant. Now that it's relevant, the RAS lets the information through. You are programming your own perceptual filter. You are choosing the film. But this still feels like it only explains perception. It doesn't explain creation. Seeing more red cars doesn't make red cars materialize out of thin air. How does this internal state influence the hard physical stuff of the world? A car crash is a car crash. A medical diagnosis is a medical diagnosis. Surely these things are objective facts, untouched by my inner beliefs. This is the great wall our logic hits. It's the point where the projector analogy seems to break down. To bridge this gap, we have to go deeper. We have to move from the world of brain chemistry to the bedrock of reality itself, the quantum field. This is where the ancient mystics, in their own language, began to sound a lot like theoretical physicists. The observer effect is one of the most unsettling and profound discoveries in all of science. In the quantum realm, the fundamental particles that make up our universe exist in a state of pure potential until they are measured or observed. They are a wave of probabilities, a smear of every possible location and state at once. The act of observation itself collapses this wave of potential into a single, definite particle, a specific event in a specific location. Before observation, there is only possibility. After observation, there is a physical fact. Think about what this means. The universe, at its most fundamental level, requires an observer to transition from a state of pure potential into what we call reality. Your consciousness, the act of you looking at the world, is an active participant in converting infinite possibility into definite experience. This is where the line between internal and external completely dissolves. Now, let's connect this back to the projector. Your inner state, your dominant assumptions and feelings aren't just filtering what you see, they are priming the observer, you, to collapse a specific set of possibilities from the quantum field. You are predisposed to select the outcomes that match your inner film. Your deeply held belief that you are unlucky primes your awareness to observe and collapse the probabilities that confirm unluckiness. The missed phone call, the unexpected bill, the traffic jam. Out of an infinite sea of potential events, you are the instrument that makes those specific ones real for you. You are the observer who forces the wave to collapse into the particle you secretly expect. This is a radical reinterpretation of reality. It means the world is continuously emerging from a field of infinite potential, and your consciousness is the tool that selects which version of the world emerges. The kingdom of heaven is the state of being within you that would consistently select and collapse a reality of harmony and abundance. The kingdom of hell is the state of being that consistently collapses a reality of suffering and lack. Both are within you. Both are film reels you can choose to run. So how do you change the film? This is the practical application, the part of the user manual that truly matters. The instruction is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This is a famous phrase from the 20th century mystic Neville Goddard, but the concept is ancient. It is the core technology behind prayer, mantra, and focused visualization in virtually every spiritual tradition. It is an instruction to generate the inner state, the film, that corresponds to the reality you wish to experience. You do this by feeling in your imagination what it would be like if your desire were already a physical fact. You ask yourself, how would I feel if I were already the person I want to be, living the life I want to live? Then you cultivate that feeling. You inhabit it. You walk, talk, and think from that state of being. You are creating the new film reel. This is the direct opposite of how we normally operate. We wait for the external world to give us a reason to feel good. We say, when I get the job, then I will feel secure. When I find a partner, then I will feel loved. When I have more money, then I will feel free. This is trying to paint the screen. You are demanding that the effect produce the cause. You are telling the projector, show me a different movie, and then I'll load the right film. The projector can't do that. It can only show what is on the reel. The instruction is to reverse the sequence. Feel secure first, and you will collapse the reality that contains the job. Feel loved first, and you will observe the version of the world where the partner appears. Feel free first, and the money will manifest as a natural byproduct. You generate the feeling, the cause within. The world then reorganizes itself around that cause, presenting it to you as an external effect. This requires a leap of faith, a faith that is based on the premise that consciousness is the one and only reality. Imagine you're falling asleep tonight. Instead of replaying the worries of the day, you decide to run a new film. You want to feel a sense of profound professional accomplishment. You close your eyes and ask, what would that feeling be like? You imagine a specific scene. Perhaps it's a conversation with a respected colleague, congratulating you on a project you successfully completed. You don't just see it, you feel it. You hear their tone of voice. You feel the genuine pride and satisfaction in your chest. You inhabit that moment until it feels more real than the memory of your day. You are rehearsing a new reality. You are building the film, frame by frame. You are instructing the observer, your deeper self, on what to look for tomorrow. What probabilities to collapse. You are praying in the truest sense of the word. You are telling your subconscious mind, the director of the film, what scene to shoot next. When you do this consistently, you are changing the gravitational center of your being. You are rewiring your assumptions. Your default state shifts. The world, having no choice, must then shift to reflect your new inner arrangement. It has to. It is law. But what about the rest of the world? What about the other 7 billion projectors all running at the same time? This is the final, logical objection. If my reality is projected from within me, how does it sync up with everyone else's? The answer lies in understanding that we are all projectors drawing from the same single, infinite field of potential. We are individual points of observation on one universal consciousness. The parts of our realities that overlap, the fact that we all see the same sun, that gravity works for everyone, are the result of broad, collective agreements, deep, species-level assumptions that we all hold. The world is solid. Time moves forward. These are the master programs running in the background for almost everyone. But within that collective framework, your individual experience is entirely your own. Your life is a unique thread woven through the great tapestry. You can change the color and texture of your thread without unraveling the whole thing. In fact, by changing your own film, by projecting a reality of greater coherence and love, you are subtly influencing the entire field. You are offering a better movie for others to tune into. You are holding a frequency that makes it easier for those around you to find that same frequency within themselves. This reframes the entire concept of changing the world. You change the world by changing your conception of yourself. You heal the world by healing your own inner state. Every judgment you hold against another person is a seam you are scripting for yourself to experience later. Every act of forgiveness and compassion is a frame you are adding to your film of a more harmonious reality. The work is always and only internal. The kingdom of heaven is the creative power of the universe, and it is located precisely where you are. It is the consciousness that is looking out of your eyes right now. It is the feeling that animates your body. It isn't a future reward for good behavior. It's a present power to be wielded. The statement was never a promise for the afterlife. It was an instruction for this one. You are standing in the director's chair of your own life, holding the script. And the camera is always rolling. The only question is, what film are you choosing to make?